Well, hello, everybody. This is Dr. Troy Dukowitz of the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, and create big-ass results in your life and business. Today's topic is this. Everyone else is doing it, so I might as well too. So here we are. It is New Year's Eve. Hard to believe, right? New Year's Eve 2018. And of course, now I'm not talking about the whole, hey, let's make resolutions thing, because I'm not a big resolutions person. But what I am talking about is the importance of reflection. And as I look at this particular day, and I just look at, look, for me personally, it's been a month ago that I was already reflecting on the past year, on the victories I've had, the challenges I've had, the lessons that I've learned, the course corrections that I've had to make. I've already gone through that, and typically I try to go through that not just at the end of the year, but I go through that at the end of a day, at the end of a week, and at the end of every month. And for some of you, that might seem like overwhelming. You think, wow, that's a lot of reflection to be doing. But the importance of this is because we get so used to it. I'm going to lock in on a word here. We get so used to doing life. We get so used to doing things that we stop being. We stop processing our lives. So imagine, and my hopes are in this particular podcast that as you listen to it, you just take a moment. I'm going to tell you the action step right now. You just take a moment. And when you're done listening to this, wherever you are, if you're in your car, just stop your car in a parking lot and just take a few deep breaths and take a breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, hold it and let it out through your mouth. And then I want you to think of your health. When you look at your health, what's the one or two, we're looking for two victories that you've had in terms of your health this year. Maybe it's in fitness, maybe it's in fuel, and what it is that you put in your body. And then I want you to move to the next topic, which is your spiritual life, your being, your connection to self, connection to God. Maybe you've meditated, maybe you've taken meditation courses, maybe you've done something that just helps you to feel more connected as a human being in life. And what would those two victories be? Then take a look at your relationships, spouse, significant others, children that you might have in your life, and say, okay, so what are my two victories here in my life? And then finally you take another set of breaths and you get to the last one. You look at your business and your bank accounts and you say, what are my one or two victories here? Now, the reason this is so important, and people just do life. They go through, they wake up in the morning, they go, they get to the end of the day, and maybe they say a prayer of gratitude, and then go to bed, and they wake up the next day, and they're back at it again. You hear people talk about the hustle. You hear people talk about the grind. Nobody talks about processing. Nobody talks about breathing. Nobody talks about being. So what if at the end of your day, you were to live this same way? What's the victory that I had in my health today? What's the victory I had in my relationships today? What's the victory I had in my spirituality today? You just did a quick inventory and stop just doing life, but start processing life. Start processing all the victories that you've had, that you've gone through. We're so hard on ourselves. I've said it to people before. I am my own worst critic. You cannot criticize me more than I can criticize myself. I can look at a talk, a podcast, an email. I can look at things that I've written and done and said, and I will be harder on myself than any person out in the world ever could be. But I've become lighter on that to where I say, look, this is just an expression of who I am. So I'm not going to beat the shit out of myself. I'm just going to process it and appreciate what I've done here, because it could shift one person. It could shift one life. It could then create that ripple effect that we all yearn for, that's going to help to make a bigger difference in this world. But it starts by processing, not just doing shit and thinking that just doing shit every day is going to be what changes the world. What if you were to just sit and reflect? And that's what I'm encouraging for you to do here. I am not sitting here telling you to take inventory, to go set some crazy ass resolutions that you will do nothing about in the next 30 days. What I am saying is take a look at where you are right now. And then part two of this isn't where do you want to be? What are you going to start that's different as a resolution? Then the next part of this is to take just as many breaths, three deep breaths in on the third one, hold it and let it all the way out. And then ask a simple question: where is it that I will be a year from now in my health? And don't just answer this willy-nilly. Literally think about, what if we were sitting and having a conversation across a table or Zoom with each other a year from now? What would you be telling me about your health and your nutrition, your fitness? What would you be telling me about your spirituality and your purpose in life? What would you be telling me about your relationships and with your kids, with your spouse, with your significant others, your grandchildren? What would you be telling me about your business and your bank accounts? And write those things down. For some of you, it might be easier. I like to dictate in my phone, but just write those things down. See, these are things that should come from your heart that you should feel. I'm not saying, hey, do you want to lose weight because you gain weight in the holidays? It's such bullshit. How about you look at your life and you become emotionally attached to what you want to create at the end of the next year, and you write it down. And if it really means something to you over the course of the next few days, not just tonight at midnight because you're starting to feel a little tipsy, but what happens is over the course of the next few days, you're actually going to build upon this. And by the 7th of January, you should be ready to start taking action on your life in 2019. Not just for the next 30 days, but for your life. And if you know the way we do things around here, we do it over 90 days. So once I have my vision for where I want to be at the end of the year, I can now chunk that backwards, reverse engineering production, reps, reverse engineering production, producing. I engineer that backwards, and I now have my first quarter targets that I need to hit to get to the end of the year and annihilate 2019. Look, if this is something that you feel you need help with, first and foremost, for those of you who don't know, I am a personal coach. I'm a kick-ass one at that. So feel free to reach out to me, Dr. Troy at Dr. Troy at commitandgo.com. Dr. Troy at commitandgo.com. This is all I've got for you here today, folks. A couple of reminders for you. Please, if you haven't already, go over and subscribe and or rate and review this podcast. I'd be incredibly honored if you would. We are on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Also, check out the Commit and Go page, www.commitandgo.com. There is a gap map. The gap map protocols there that are going to help you with this conversation we're having right now. They're going to help you with this conversation to help you to identify the roadblocks on your path to success in 2019. There's a video that comes along with it, a free download PDF that you can work on as well. So go over there, get that free information. You'll also find out what it is that we're doing throughout the course of the days, weeks, and months of the year. That's all I've got for you here today. I am Dr. Troy Dukowitz, reminding you to have a happy and safe New Year's Eve, and we will see you, hear you, be with you next year. This has been the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, so you can create big-ass results in 2019 and beyond. We'll hear you next time. Bye-bye.